So, dear students, today we'll study element 2, how health and safety management system work and what they look like. Because this health and safety management system is very important to learn. If you learn this means that 75% you have learned the health and safety, all health and safety program or health and safety system. So you need to, if there is any problem to you, you can ask me. Okay, so this is very important for you to understand about health and safety management system. Okay, so please mute your. So we will study what are they and the benefits they bring, what good health and safety management system look like. We will study this in today's lecture. Okay, so what are they and benefits they bring? ISO 45001 2018 Occupational Health and Safety Management System Standards. We will study this. ILO guidelines on occupational safety and health management system. Benefits of formal certified health and safety management system. We will study this. So first of all, we will study about the ISO 45001 2018 Occupational Health and Safety Management System. So what is this? Because this system was introduced in March 2018. Before this system, there was OSHA's 18001 Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series, and that was a British standards. So after that, they think that we need international standard for this, international standard organization. So for the whole world, they prepared this ISO 45001, and that was prepared in 2018, but implemented in March 2021. And for this, for the implementation, they given the time 6 months. Means that December 2021, every industry will implement this ISO 45001 2018. So this health and safety management system, nowadays we are using this health and safety management system in our company. So this have 10 clauses, 1, 2, 3 clauses that is common, because that clause is just like that is used for every ISO 9001, ISO 14000. They are using the same. Yeah, there are some normative references or definition like that. So we will study class 4, context of the organization, class 5, leadership in worker participation, class 6, planning, class 7, support, class 8, operation, class 9, performance evaluations, and class 10, improvements. We will study this one by one. ISO 45001 utilizes the Plan, Do, Check, Act PDCA cycle, which shapes the occupational health and safety management system and can be applied to all processes within the system to achieve continual improvements. This PDCA cycle or PDCA model, this was the founder of this model in 1920, Schwartz. He was introduced this. Before this name, Do, Check, Study, Act, but later Professor William Edward Stemming, he worked on this and he prepared this for the total quality management system, and then this Plan, Do, Check, Act. Okay, so this a cycle nowadays using for every organizations, for every fields, but we will use this for our health and safety management system. So we will plan for everything, determine and assess occupational risk, occupational health and safety opportunities, and other risk in other opportunities, taking into account issues identified. Class 4 establishes occupational health and safety objectives and process necessary to deliver results in accordance with the organization's occupational health and safety policy. So in plan, we will plan all the activities in our organizations. We will prepare the risk assessment for that. We will identify the hazards and we will identify the risk and we will take opportunities, everything in our organization. We will do this in plan stage. Then after this, we need to implement this, and for that we will implement the process as planned. What things we prepare in plan, we will implement that. So after implementation, we will check and we will monitor and measure activities process with regards to the health and safety policy and objectives and reports the results. We will check what the things we plan according to health and safety policy. We'll check that, and then if there is any mistakes or any flaw or any deviations, we will correct that one. And then we will take we will take actions to continually improve health and safety performance to achieve the intended outcome of the occupational health and safety management system. So in ACT, we will check the occupational health and safety performance in the organization. And the intended outcome are the results that we needed from this occupational health and safety management system, because our aims that reduction in the accidents, reductions in the injuries, ill health, and we need the aims of this system that we need to train our workers. We want to make the best programs for our health and safety management system. We need to implement the health and safety policy in our organization to achieve these aim and objectives for the organizations. Then the relationship between this PDCA cycle and ISO 45001 classes. So the plan P and class 4, that is in the plan context of the organizations, for 4.1 external and internal issues, 4.2 needs and expectation of workers in other interested parties. We will study this one by one later. Class 5 planning, that is also in planning in P. Then class 6 leadership and worker participation, because that leadership and worker participation that's available in all planning, do check and act in all. Then class 7 support in operations, class 8 support in operations, class 7 support and class 8 operations that come into do. Then class 9 performance evaluation that come into check. And the last one, that is improvements, the class 10, that is improvement, and that come in the act. So we will study this one by one. Class 4, context of the organization. The organizations will need to identify external and internal issues that are relevant to its purpose. For example, what the relevant issues are, both inside and outside, that have an impact or affect its ability to achieve the intended outcomes of the occupational health and safety management system. So the organization will identify its external and internal issues. The internal and external, the internal issues that is related to our workers or other issues. The external issues that is related to our interested parties, customers and others, the governments, the environment, climate of the country. So these are the internal issues. So we need to put these all the things in our occupational health and safety management system. The organization will need to identify and take into account the needs and expectation of the interested parties relevant to their occupational health and safety management system. These interested parties are workers, customers, owners, clients, and visitors. We need to take into account the interest of these stakeholders, the workers, customers, owners, clients, and visitors. The scope of the occupational health and safety management system has to be determined taking the above into account. The occupational health and safety management system, the scope, that for that we need the internal and external issues that should be put in our occupational health and safety management system. Then we will achieve our results, the intended results we will achieve. Class 5, leadership and worker participation. This class places requirements on top management, which is the person or group of people who directs and controls the organization at the highest level. They are the top management. They are the executive. They are the directors. They direct the whole organizations. So top management must take overall responsibility and accountability for the protection of workers, work-related health and safety, and need to develop, lead, and promote a culture that supports the occupational health and safety management system. So these top management, they are responsible to prepare, to promote the occupational health and safety management system, and they will protect all the workers. They will implement this occupational health and safety management system. If there is any injury or any accidents in the organization, the top management will be accountable for that. So they will implement this health and safety management system in the organization, and that is mentioned in class 5. And they must ensure that requirements are integrated into the organization processes. They should to ensure that what they are doing, that all the things should be according to health and safety management system. They must to ensure that everything, every activities, they need to make proper health and safety program, like risk assessment, like safe working methods, like training procedures, like everything. So they're accountable, and they should to participate in all health and safety meetings, health and safety campaigns, health and safety committee meetings, and all other programs. They need to participate in their programs. Then class 6, the planning phase. ISO 45001 requires that the planning part of the occupational health and safety management system takes full account of the issues determined with meeting class 4, context of the organization, and include consideration of opportunities as well as risk. So it is also important that planning is seen as an ongoing proactive process that anticipates changes, circumstances, continually determining risk and opportunities for improvements. This clause recognizes the importance of legal requirements that might affect obligations to assess and control risk, to manage health and safety, and particularly pay, in particular way. So in this plan stage, they will do everything, because the class 4, the context of the organizations, what the opportunities and what the risk identification of risk, these all the things that will put in the plan stage, and the plan stage should be continued, and they should be proactive in every process. So in this way, they will control the risk, and they will manage the health and safety in the organization in a better manner. Class 7, support. It is important that objectives do not just remain good intentions. Class 7 requires the organization to determine and provide resources to support the establishment, implementations, maintenance, and continual improvements of the occupational health and safety management system. So in class 7, they will support the HEC team. They will support for the health and safety management system. They will implement that. They will give the resources. They will give the financial resources, the human resources. Other important supports relates to competence, awareness, and communications. They will do these all the things. So in this class 7, the top management will support the health and safety management system. They will participate in the health and safety management programs, and they will give the financial supports. They will give the human supports. Whatever the health and safety team needed, they will support them. Okay. So class 7, class 8 is the operation phase. This focuses on the do part of the PTCS cycle, the implementation of the actions identified in previous classes. So in this class, in the operations, in the previous class 4, 5, and 6 classes, what we identified that will be implemented in this phase or in this class 8. So operational planning and control of processes need to be established as necessary to enhance health and safety by the elimination of hazards and reduction of occupational health and safety risk. So in this class, in the operational class, they will identify the hazards and they will reduce the risk. So class 8 specifies a hierarchy of control for a systematic approach to the eliminations of hazards and reductions of risk, eliminate, substitute, engineering controls, administrative control, and finally personal protective equipment. So this hierarchy of controls, they will implement in the organizations. So they will eliminate the hazard. They will eliminate the hazards in the organization or in the company. And they will substitute if there is any hazards. If they cannot eliminate, then they will substitute that hazards. And then they will, if they cannot eliminate or substitute, then they will give the engineering controls. And they will also give the administrative control. That means they will provide the proper training to the workers, the safe system of provide the safe system for the worker. They will provide the supervisions, and they will give personal protective equipment to all workers. Then class 9, performance evaluations. And this class requires the organization to be active in various aspects of performance evaluations, monitoring, measurement, and analysis, evaluations of compliance, internal audits, management reviews. So in performance evaluations, they will monitor the whole system. They will measure the whole system. They will analyze. They will check the standards that is implemented in the organizations. And there will be internal audits to check the standards, to check the method statement, to check the risk assessment that is implemented or not. They will check every standards. Organization will need to determine what information they need in order to evaluate occupational health and safety performance and effectiveness. They will need information for this. Then this will help to identify. This will help to identify what specifically needs to be measured and monitored, who is going to do it, when and well it will be done. So for this performance evaluation, they need that who will do this performance evaluation, when they will do, and what will be the frequency for this. So for our system, we need to evaluate that. We need to check the standards, but we need to check that standard by the competent persons. We need proper program for that performance evaluation. Okay, so after performance evaluations, the 10th class, that is improvement. The first requirement in the class is a general one to determine opportunities for improvements and implement actions. So in improvements, what we will do, what the class or what the any actions are what the standard that is not meet, we will correct that one in the improvement class. This are proactive requirements to make improvements. This requirements for continual improvements has been extended to continually improve the suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the occupational health and safety management system through enhancing performance, promoting a culture that is supportive of the health and safety management system, promoting worker participation, communicating the results of continual improvement. So in improvements, what we will do, we will check that the standards is followed or implemented in the organization. We will check the performance of the workers. We will check the whole management system that is correct or not. We will check the plan that everything is doing according to the plan or not. So in this improvement section, we will check that. Then the other system, ILO guidelines on occupational safety and health management system. So in this ILO, we have the 5 key elements, the policy that come in plan stage of the PTCI cycle, then organizing in the plan stage, then planning and implementing do stage, and evaluation in the check stage, and action for improvement, that is the last. But we have the audit also in this ILO guidelines, occupational health and safety management system, that is introduced in 2001. The ILO developed their guidelines on occupational safety and health management system, ILO OSH 2001, as voluntary guidelines on as establishing an occupational health and safety management system. The guidelines provide practical recommendations which are not legally binding and are not intended to replace national legislation or acceptance standard, because this ILO guidelines, they have not a legal binding on the countries to replace the national legislation. That is just the country will, the company will voluntarily will implement these guidelines that is introduced in 2001. The ILO guidelines on occupational safety and health management system, ILO OSH Occupational Safety and Health Management System 2001, follow a structure that uses the following 5 key elements. Policy, we need a proper policy for the company. We need organizing for the company, then planning and implementing, evaluation, and action for improvements. But we also need the audits for the organization. This management system that we need to prepare before starting the projects, before starting the work. We need to prepare this management system. Okay, in the policy, this just a cycle policy, what we will do, the occupational health and safety, worker participation in the policy. Okay, we will study this one by one in the next slides. In the policy, the planned organization that's successful in achieving high standards of health and safety have health and safety policies that contribute to their business performance while meeting their responsibilities in a way which fulfill both the spirit and the letter of the law. Because we need a proper policy for our company, for our projects, because the policy is the declarations from the top management to the workers that they will implement the health and safety in the organization. They will follow the health and safety procedures. They will follow the standards that is given by the governments. That they will follow the laws, regulations. They will protect the workers from injuries. They declare this thing in the policy. Their policies are aimed at achieving the preservation and development of physical and human resources and minimization of financial losses and liabilities. Their health and safety policies influence all their activities and decisions, because in the health and safety policy, they mention that they will protect the workers, that they will reduce the injuries, that they will reduce the accident and incidents in the organizations, and they will follow the laws, they will follow the procedures. They mention all the things mentioned in the policy, and they declare this. And this policy signed by the top management. In the after the plan policy, we have organization in the ILO 2001 model that's also come in the plan stage. Organization that achieve high health and safety standards are structured and operated so as to put their health and safety policies into practice in a way that is effective. They clearly define the roles and responsibility of everyone in the organizations. This is helped by the creation of positive culture that secures improvements in practical and participation at all levels. So the organization stage of the Occupational Health and Safety Management System, ILO 2001 management system, they clearly define the roles and responsibility for all the workers, for all the managements. Because without clear identification of health and safety roles, they cannot achieve the objective or aims of this management system. So therefore, they mention the roles and responsibility from top management to the worker. For example, the worker will do the worker roles and responsibility that they will do the work in a safe manner. They will save themselves and others from their activities. So in this way, they have defined the roles and responsibility, and this very important for the organizations that they should define these roles and responsibility. If any organization, the roles and responsibility are not defined, there will be conflict, there will be increases the accident and incidents rates, the injury will be more, the ill health will be more in that organization. Therefore, we need to properly identify roles and responsibility in the organization. Then planning and implementing the do phase. Successful organization adopt a planned and systematic approach to policy implementation. They use risk assessment methods to identify hazards, decide, prioritize, and set objectives for hazards, elimination, and risk reduction. Specific action needed to promote a positive health and safety culture and to eliminate and control risk are identified. Wherever possible, risks are eliminated by the careful selections and design of the facilities, equipment, substances, and process are minimized by the use of physical and control measures. So in the planning stage, planning and implementing stage, they will prepare proper risk assessment, proper method of statements, proper training programs for the workers, because the objectives that we will reduce the risks, that we will protect our workers from the hazards and risks. This is our aim and objectives. For that, we need proper method of statement. We need proper risk assessment in the organization, and we need to implement that in the organization. Then we will achieve our objective. Then evaluation that's come in the check phase of the PDCA cycle. Organization that successfully manage health and safety establish procedures to evaluate health and safety performance on a regular basis. Responsibilities, accountabilities, and authority for evaluations are clearly allocated at different levels in the management structure. Performance evaluation is consistently used to determine the extent to which the policy and objectives have been met and risk control, because we need proper evaluation system in the organization. We need to evaluate the whole management system. We need to evaluate that we will check, we need to inspect that the standards that is implemented in the organization are met. Because if we will not evaluate or we will not check, then we cannot achieve the objectives of this management system. So for that, we need proper evaluations. And during evaluation, we need to check, we will need to inspect, we need to audit, we need to check everything. And for checking, we need a competent person, a competent inspector. Then in evaluation, we monitoring, measuring, and investigating performance is often monitored through active and reactive monitoring of health and safety. Active monitoring involves the monitoring of the things done to prevent accidents or incidents and ill health by examining hardware and software Failure to control risk are evaluated through reactive monitoring, which involves analysis of quantity and types of these failures along with the through thorough investigation of accidents or incidents or ill health. So active monitoring and reactive monitoring, what we will do. In active monitoring, we will check the health and safety standards in the organization. Why we will check that? Because we will actively monitor that the accident will not happen. For that, we will check the health and safety standards in the organization. For example, in the organization, we will check the all activities. We will check the all activities for the all control measures that is taken for the hazards to control. We will check that, and we will check that according to the standards. And reactive monitoring, we will check the accident, incidents, ill health, the data that why that accident happened. We will check the root causes of that accident. We will check the immediate causes, and we will check the investigation report of that causes. And from that, we will take the data to prevent the future incident or accident in our organization. Then auditing and evaluation, we need auditing. This also in check phase of the PDCA cycle. Successful organization use formal auditing processes to determine the extent to which the health and safety management system or elements of it conform to standards. Auditing assess what is in place, whether it is adequate, and if it is effective. Auditing can provide an important formal assessment of whether health and safety objectives and targets are being met. Internal audits is used to confirm conformity with internal legal and other standards. So during audit, what we will do, we will critically evaluate, we will critically examine the all documents and the physical condition of the organizations. We will check the method of statements. We will check the risk assessment. We will check the training records of the all workers. We will check the activities. We will check the behavior of the workers. These all the things we will check. We will check the policy of the organization. Then we will check the roles and responsibility of all workers, managers, and we will check the previous inspection, how they did the inspection, the management walkthroughs. And we will also check during the audit, the internal audits. These are the things we will check in during the audits. So if we will do in this way, we will achieve the intended outcome of this ILO 2001 model, Occupational Health and Safety Management System. And then in evaluation, we will review successful organization, understand the learning from all relevant experience, and applying the lessons learned are important in the effective management of health and safety. They do this systematically through regular reviews of performance based on data from evaluation activities, including audits of the whole or part of the health and safety management system. Some organizations find it useful to compare their health and safety performance against similar organizations with known high standards. This process is sometimes called benchmarking. In review, we will check our whole management system. We will check in the whole management system, what we will check the policy of the organization that is implemented or not implemented. We will check the roles and responsibility of the workers, roles and responsibility of the staff, the top management. Everything we will check in the review. We will check the whole system, the activities that is doing according to the plan or not. Then in this review, we will also check, check our organization with the other organization, and we will compare our organization with the other organization that have high standards of health and safety from our organization, which is called benchmarking. So in review, we will check all our health and safety management system in our company or in our organizations. Then action for improvements that come in the 8th phase of the PDCA cycle. Evaluation activities of successful organization identifies system non-conformities. For example, the presence of previous unidentified hazards or incorrectly identified risk level, procedures not being followed, or planned actions not taken. So evaluation phase, we will check the previous data and we will check that what was wrong in the previous accident or the previous we will check the previous data in this and we will evaluate that and we will check the root causes of that incident or that the procedure which was not followed. We will check the root causes of that. They take prompt corrective and preventive actions related to system non-conformities, particularly those that can result in major accidents or incidents and serious ill health. And after evaluation, after checking the root cause of the last accident or the previous accident or incidents, we will check if the corrective, we will give the prompt corrective measures or the control measures for the major accident or major incident or ill health. We need for that a prompt or immediate corrective actions because we will evaluate the whole system. If we find out that there is any foreseeable major accident or incident from the activities, we will control that activities according to health and safety management system, according to health and safety programs, and we will give proper control measures for that activities to properly control in a safe manner. They establish arrangements to add the continual improvements of health and safety management system elements and the system as a whole. We need for this a continual improvements. Why? Because the technology is changing, because the new technologies will bring the new hazards in the organization. For that, we need to control that hazard in our organization. So this continual improvements that is important, and we need to understand that continual improvements, and we need a proper program to control that hazard that is bringing with the new technology or in continual improvements in the organization. So for that, we need a proper program, proper training to the workers, proper procedure for the worker to handle that new things, to handle that new equipments or new technology in the organization. Then benefits of a formal certified health and safety management system. So what is the benefits? What are the benefits? A formal management system provides the organization with clear aim and specific objective to work towards preventing it from progressing in an unstructured way towards a perceived but unclear goal. A systematic approach makes the management of the health and safety both easier and more effective. The commitment demonstrated by such formal systems increases the morale of the workforce, increasing their commitment to the organization, and may also benefit public perception. So the benefits of this formal certified management system in the organization, because this give the organization more productions. The production will be qualitative production. The worker will be happy because the accident and incident will be less if they have formal certified management system. The worker will be retained in that organization. They want to work in that organization if they have formal health and safety management system in the organization. The top management will be committed due to this formal certified health and safety management system. All workers and top management will know their roles and responsibility, and the accident and incident will be less in these organizations. The customer will be more because if they have formal or certified health and safety management system, the profit will be increased. These all are the benefits of if we have formal or certified health and safety management system in our organization. These all are the benefits. Then the second part, what good health and safety management look like? What good health and safety management look like? The occupational health and safety policy. For that, we need proper educate occupational health and safety policy, health and safety objectives, responsibilities of workers at all levels to take responsibility, health and safety arrangements, keeping the health and safety management system current. So we will explain this one by one. The occupational health and safety policy, the role of health and safety policy, content of health and safety policy, the needs of different organizations, health and safety objectives. So the role of health and safety policy, the overall role of health and safety policy is to provide direction for an organization, establishing a management commitment that will both guide the organization to satisfy its aims and maintain the standard that it sets to meet the aims. Without guided management involvement in health and safety, and any attempt at organized accident or incidents and ill health prevention will tend to be restricted and predominantly reactive. Organizations that successfully manage health and safety establish a formal, usually written, health and safety policy that defines the organization's aims, responsibilities, and arrangements to achieve this. We need proper health and safety policy for the organization. According to Article 14, ILO C155, we need a written policy for the organization. If we have 5 or more workers, then we need a written policy for the organization. And the policy we declare, we committed toward health and safety, and we declare that we will follow the health and safety rules and regulations, and that we will declare that we will follow the standard of occupational health and safety management system, ISO 45001, and we will explain that we will follow the national rules and regulation of the country, and we explain in the policy that the accident and incident will be zero. We will protect our workers from the injury. We will control the hazards. We will provide proper and adequate control measures to control the hazards. These all the things mentioned in the policy, and that policy is guided the organization, and that policy will signed by the senior most person. The policy have 3 parts: the general statement of intent, in which we declare that we will commit it towards health and safety from top to the workers. And then the other part of the policy that organizing our organizations, and that we declare, we explain the roles and responsibility from top to the workers, from top management to the workers. We explain every person roles and responsibility. And the last section of the policy, that organization section. In organization section, we define the procedures, the proper procedures of the activities that is carried out in the organization. All the activities which is carried out in the organization, for all those activities, we explain the proper procedure, and that is come into the organization section. So, content of the health and safety policy. What will be the content of the health and safety policy? The features and content of health and safety policy are often developed through experience in general good practice. The health and safety policy should state the overall aims of the organization in terms of health and safety performance by establishing a general statement of intent. And general statement of intent, we explain the aims and objective of the organization. So what is the aim and objective of the organization? The aim and objective of the organization, that the accident will, we will reduce the accidents, we will follow the rules and regulations, or we will protect our workers, we will follow the standard of occupational health and safety management system, ISO 45001, ISO 9001, ISO 14001 environmental management system. So in that statement of intent, we explain, we declare the commitment toward health and safety management system. Organization may wish to align the content of their policy with requirements of ISO 45001:2018, which establishes that occupational health and safety policy is a set of principles stated as commitment in which top management outlines the long-term directions of the organization to support and continually improve its occupational health and safety performance. Because in the occupational health and safety policy, the top management, they declare that they will continuously improve health and safety management system in the organization. They will prepare the programs due to which they will improve the health and safety in the organization. So how they will do this? For that, they need proper organization, proper roles and responsibility. They need to delegate their roles and responsibility to the other person, to the responsible person. And they need proper arrangement section, proper arrangements for all activities in the organization. They need to arrange every activities. They need to arrange proper method of statement for every activity. And they need to prepare proper risk assessment. They need proper emergency procedures for the whole organization, for the activities. They need proper emergency procedures. They need proper procedure for lone workers, for the vulnerable workers, young workers, pregnant women, disabled workers. These may be available in the organization. They need proper procedures that how they will evacuate during the emergencies like fire, like other emergencies, depend upon the condition and situation of the organization and the workplace requirements. So these all the things they need to implement in the organizations. The needs of different organizations differ greatly in their aims, risk structure, and to what they feel capable of committing themselves, because every organization is differ from the other. So the health and safety policy for every organization, we need to prepare according to their requirements. Because for oil and gas, we will prepare the health and safety policy according to the hazards, the aims, and the structure of that. If we will prepare the policy for a school, that will be different. Maybe that will be simple. A policy is therefore a personal thing, setting out a particular organization position at the point in time. The policy enables the organization to communicate its personal commitment, expectation, it has people, an approach to health and safety. So the policy should be available in the medium or in the language which is known by the workers, because if they don't know about the policy, so the policy will be useless. And that should be available to every workers in the organization or the interesting parties. And the policy, we need to prepare according to the structure of the organization, the risk that available in the organization. We need to put all those things in the policy. And the policy should be prepared by the top management, the experienced persons, and they should be signed by the top management, the senior most persons, because that will give the power to the policy. Because when the senior most person will sign the policy, then everyone will follow that policy. Then health and safety objectives. What health and safety objective? The aim of the organization that are set out in the health and safety policy may not changing greatly over time. These should provide a framework for setting and reviewing health and safety objectives, which may change each year. In order to achieve this, many organizations adopt the SMART approach. This ensures that targets are specific, measurable, are achievable, and are reasonable and time bound. So our objectives, health and safety objectives, what are health and safety objectives? That is, we to reduction in ill health, reduction in incidents. Our objective to provide quality training to our workers. Every worker should be trained. So our objective that every worker we will protect every worker from the hazards. Our objective to provide adequate control measure to all risk to control. Our objectives that top management should be committed with health and safety. Our objectives and aims that everyone know about health and safety management system and health and safety programs. So these all the things are objectives. Our objective risk to prepare proper risk assessment for every activity and proper method of statement for every activity. And that method of statement and objective should be implemented in the organizations. Every activity should be conducted through a proper permit to work system. Competent supervisors should be available. Competent workers should be available in the organization. These all are objectives of the health and safety objective of the organization or the health and safety management system. Responsibility of workers at all levels to take responsibility. Everyone in the organization has a role and responsibility to achieve the aim in the health and safety policy statement. Because I already explained to you, the health and safety policy have three parts. The first one, general statement of intent, in which we declare the health and safety commitment. That all from the top management up to the worker, they will commit it to all health and safety, and they will take health and safety measure in all the things, in all the measures, in all the activities. In the organization section, we will explain the roles and responsibility of the organization, of every worker, of every managers, or every engineer, or every from top management up to the worker. We will explain their roles and responsibility for health and safety. It's important that roles and responsibility are clearly defined and individuals are made aware of them. This will enable everyone to take an active and effective part in health and safety. The health and safety policy should indicate that the fulfillment of the policy and objectives requires workers at all levels to accept the responsibility for those aspects of health and safety they control. So we need proper roles and responsibility in the organization, because if they don't know their role and responsibility for health and safety, they will be the health and safety management system will be meaningless. If they know, there will be no accident. Everything will be smoothly going. Everything will be smoothly running, because we need proper roles and responsibility. We need for this, we need proper HSE plan, health and safety plan. In that plan, we need to explain everyone roles and responsibility. Then health and safety arrangements. The health and safety policy should state how it's supported by health and safety arrangements for achieving general and specific aims and objectives of the policy. This should explain where these arrangements are set out, are defined. The health and safety arrangements need to reflect the context, natures, and size of the organization. And health and safety arrangements, what we will do, we will arrange proper risk assessment, proper method of statements, proper training for all activities. Because for every activity, we need proper risk assessment. For every activity, we need proper method of statements. We need proper emergency procedures for all emergencies. All our workers should be trained. We need proper arrangements for the lone workers, for the disabled workers, for the pregnant woman AP have in the organization. We need proper procedure in our organization. For that, we need specific arrangements. We need proper emergency or adequate emergency response team in the organization. We need to do the mock drills for the emergency, foreseeable emergencies. We need proper mock drill for that foreseeable emergencies. So we need proper arrangements for our organization, for the activities of the organization, for everything that is going in the organization. Keeping the health and safety management system current, it is important that the health and safety management system is maintained so that it is current and remains effective. The health and safety system should be reviewed as necessary to ensure this. A number of circumstances may lead to need to review the policy. For example, the passage of time, technological, organizational, or legal changes, and the result of monitoring of following a major accidents. So we need to we need proper management system to that should be to current, and the policy when we will review when there is any accident or incidents or passage of time after 1 year, or if there is any technological change or legal changes, then we will review our policy, or key personnel change, then we will review our policy. So during these circumstances, we will review the policy. Key personnel changes after accident or incidents annually, or technological changes, or other organization changes. During that, we will review our policy. So this was end of the today lecture. Today we studied the health and safety management system ISO 45001 2018, in which we studied the 10 classes. The after that we studied the ILO International Labour Organization 2001. We studied that model, and after that we studied the policy, which have three parts: general statement of intent, organization, and arrangements part. So this was end of the today lectures. Any question from your sides, you can ask now. Students, you can ask now if there is any question.
No question.